Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. We're contemplating Chagdud Gonpa's teachings on the roots of happiness and suffering. And there's a very interesting question here. Where does belief in God fit into the Buddhist explanation of the cause of suffering? Do Buddhists believe it's not God's will that we suffer? Rinpoche responds, most people are sure that their suffering is someone else's fault. They often blame God or some other object of faith, but they are mistaken. No matter what our relationship to God or enlightened beings might be, they cannot create our happiness or take away our suffering. Masters from all traditions have gone to great lengths to try to benefit others, and there is no denying that they have helped suffering beings. Yet, in spite of their extraordinary compassion and abilities, they have not been able to eradicate suffering. They can teach us methods for producing happiness, but we must apply them. We are responsible for our own experiences. Our mind's positive qualities give rise to positive circumstances. The mind's negativity gives rise to suffering. When we realize that our own mental poisons arising from dualistic perception are the root of the problem, we can understand that the key point is to transform our mind. Our greatest mistake is that we don't recognize our intrinsic perfection. Our true nature is completely pure and unchanging, the absolute truth, whether you call it God, Buddha, or the nature of mind. But we don't perceive it. We don't realize that in essence, everything is and always has been inherently perfect. Then somebody asked Rinpoche, this may sound crazy, but if I'm already God, why do I need to worry about changing? Rinpoche answers, we need to change because we are unable to perceive the truth. We identify with the self, and we act out of selfish interest, so we suffer. Then another question, if I understand correctly, the God realm you refer to has nothing to do with our common notions of God. And Rinpoche says, there are two kinds of gods. Deity known as wisdom beings are expressions of perfection. They are completely enlightened. Worldly gods, on the other hand, are imperfect samsaric beings. They are very long-lived and powerful, but due to self-interest, they remain trapped in samsara. One cannot attain enlightenment by relying on them. Another question. If we attain enlightenment, how do we help everyone still in samsara? Rinpoche says, enlightened beings are like the sun in the sky. The sun doesn't have to make any effort to shine, yet its light is reflected wherever there is a body of water. Reflections of enlightened mind arise effortlessly, spontaneously, wherever there is receptivity.